Something about this forest doesn't feel right. The pine trees bend and coil in unnatural ways. Spiderwebs sag at strange angles, uneven and distorted. Red firebugs move across the soil, but the markings on their backs look wrong, almost melted. A bird passes overhead. Its beak is misshapen. None of this is random. This forest lies within a highly radioactive exclusion zone, one of the most polluted places on the planet. Just beyond this forest, history broke in the worst way possible.
Fears of a radiation leak are real, and officials have been warning residents to evacuate or stay indoors.
There has been a nuclear accident in the Soviet Union, and the Soviets have admitted that it happened. The Soviet version is this.
April 1986, just after midnight. Reactor 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant tore itself apart. A cloud of radiation burst into the sky. Iodine, cesium, invisible fallout that poisoned every living thing it settled on, including this deer. 30 minutes after the blast, it's dizzy, barely able to stand. Radiation burns the mucosal tissue inside its digestive tract. Cells across its body begin to die. Blood circulation in the brain falters. With blood unable to flow properly, pressure builds inside the skull. The deer's blood pressure crashes. Seizures begin. Multiple organs fail. By the next day, the deer is dead. A few kilometers from here, a shepherd dog lives in the town of Pripyat.
Dad, what happened to my dog?
Something is wrong, but it will be okay.
Over the last day, it has grown weak, sick, restless. Its owners sense something is wrong. They feel ill too, though they can't explain why. Then a message crackles through the radio.
Внимание! Внимание, товарищи! Говорят депутаты городских советов народных депутатов.
Officials announce an incident at the nearby nuclear plant, insisting the situation is under control. As a precaution, residents are told to evacuate for 3 days and to leave their pets behind. Believing they'll return soon, the family leaves enough food for the dog to last a few days. But the truth is being hidden. The Soviet authorities are working to conceal a disaster on a scale never seen before. Like tens of thousands of others, this family will never come back. Their dog has been left behind. 3 days pass. The food runs out. On the 4th day, the dog wanders outside, starving, searching for scraps. It finds other dogs roaming the silent streets. All abandoned, all waiting for owners who will never return. Then gunshots. Orders have been given to eliminate the stray dogs, an effort to prevent animals from carrying radioactive contamination. The dogs scatter into the forest. There, like every other creature in the region, they enter the world's largest nuclear exclusion zone. Radiation remains lethal for months. Many animals develop long-term radiation sickness. Blood pools in their livers and spleens. Lymph nodes swell. Thyroid glands fail. Some survive, many do not. Over the next decade, radiation levels slowly decline. Only a small number of humans remain, workers and guards watching over the remains of the nuclear plant. Beyond them, the land is almost entirely empty. In this silence, nature begins to reclaim the space. The zone transforms into one of Europe's largest wildlife refuges. Bears and lynx return. Moose, foxes, and packs of wolves spread through the forests. And some of the original residents never left. Hundreds of stray dogs, descendants of abandoned pets, still roam the land. Frogs move through the damp undergrowth. And everywhere they go, an invisible presence follows them. Radiation. One of the most common abnormalities seen in animals exposed to radiation is cataracts. In many mutants, the normally clear lens of the eye turns cloudy and opaque, scattering light instead of focusing it. This gradual whitening leads to blurred vision and, in severe cases, complete blindness. Radiation damages the cells responsible for maintaining lens clarity, causing proteins to clump together unnaturally. For animals in the exclusion zone, cataracts don't just affect sight. They reduce the ability to hunt, to escape predators, to survive in an already hostile environment. The forest itself has changed too. This is how a healthy pine forest normally appears: straight trunks, dense growth, needles rich and green. Now compare that to pine forests growing in Chernobyl's most contaminated zones. The trunks are bent and twisted, their growth stunted, unnatural. The wood itself has darkened, its color altered. Look closely at the tree rings, and the moment of the disaster is etched into them. Near the base, strange masses of tangled needles form, growths known as witches' brooms. This forest isn't just unsettling to look at, it stands as a silent warning of how deeply human actions can reshape the natural world. Red firebugs are native to Central Europe. Their bright red and black colors, arranged in clean, symmetrical patterns, act as a warning to predators. But in Chernobyl, these insects look different. The markings on their backs are distorted and uneven. Some are born missing an eye. The sharp black lines that once formed perfect patterns now appear smudged and broken. But not every creature around Chernobyl is simply deformed. Some species appear to have adjusted to the radiation, finding ways to survive and, in some cases, even flourish within this altered landscape. This is a tree frog. Under normal conditions, tree frogs are bright green, but inside the exclusion zone, some of them are almost completely black. This dark coloring is likely caused by melanin. Melanin is the pigment that darkens human skin in the sun. It's produced as a natural shield against radiation from sunlight, but it can also help protect against other forms of radiation. A 2022 study found that the darkest frogs in Chernobyl lived in areas where radiation levels were once the highest. So the question is, have these frogs adapted to life in a radioactive environment? Researchers believe that wolves living inside the Chernobyl exclusion zone may be less prone to developing cancer or more resistant to it, despite continuous exposure to high levels of radiation. Here's how the theory goes. Random, spontaneous changes in DNA can sometimes make certain wolves less susceptible to cancer. Those individuals are more likely to survive, while others succumb to the long-term effects of radiation, often developing cancer and dying earlier. The survivors go on to reproduce. Natural selection takes over. Their offspring inherit these protective traits. Over generations, these wolves breed with others also better suited to radioactive conditions. Gradually, entire packs may become more resistant to cancer. Researchers suggest that wolf DNA has changed in regions linked to immune responses against cancer. But there's a catch. The research hasn't been published yet, meaning it can't be independently verified. Still, this study, along with many others, points to the same possibility. The Chernobyl disaster may have accelerated evolution, allowing us to witness it happening in real time. Researchers had placed nearly 100 motion-activated cameras across the region. In late 2021, they captured something unexpected: Russian soldiers. In February 2022, Russia launched its invasion of Ukraine. Soon after, Russian troops occupied the Chernobyl exclusion zone for several weeks. Almost overnight, scientific research in the area came to a standstill. Some researchers were forced to abandon their work and flee the zone. When the troops finally pulled back in the spring of 2022, scientists returned to devastation. military vehicles had stirred up radioactive dust. Offices and laboratories were looted. Computers and critical equipment were damaged or stolen. Years of long-term studies were abruptly disrupted. Some irreplaceable data may be gone forever. Several promising research projects were suspended, with no clear timeline for their return. The research team never had the opportunity to return to the field to continue studying the wolves. For science, it was a painful setback, one that slowed our ability to understand how life responds to catastrophe. If you'd like to see more videos like this, your support helps make that possible. And if you have thoughts or questions, share them in the comments. Your perspective helps shape what we explore next.